Hello explorers, it's Darren here and welcome back to the channel. So it's Monday and this week I am out exploring, and the reason for that is unfortunately I'm working, so I've just not got the opportunity to go out for a walk or to do something fun to share with you. So what I thought I would do instead is record a short video just giving you some updates on my travels and also some updates on the channel. Well, it's hard to believe that in 9 weeks' time, on the 19th of December, I'm going to be leaving the employer of 24 years to go self-employed and travel around the world. It's going to be a new episode in my life, and one that's going to be exciting but also challenging. I'm going to be walking outside of the comfort zone. So let me give you some updates on my travel planning. This week I had some more travel inoculations. I had the hepatitis A and hepatitis B jab in my right arm and a flu jab in my left arm. So they're still a little bit sore of the arms, but not too bad. I've got to have typhoid and dengue fever and tetanus jabs. So those are coming up in the coming weeks, and that'll be fun. I've renewed my passport, I've applied for my visas for Australia and the US, I've purchased travel insurance, which is so important, no matter if you're going away for a week or 6 weeks or 6 months. And I've started to look for accommodation, because what I want to do is to have 3 or 4 days in each place that I'm visiting, where when I arrive there off the plane or boat or train, I don't have to wander around looking for accommodation. I can just go straight to the hotel that I booked or apartment and just chill out a bit and get used to the local surroundings, and then I can start to plan my accommodation as I go around the different places. Jet lag's going to be a big thing for me because I'm travelling to so many different time zones, so it's going to be interesting. So my big journey around the world starts in London. I'm travelling down to London from Yorkshire, spending 2 nights in London, then I'm flying off from London Heathrow Airport to Bangkok in Thailand. I can't wait to visit the temples and sample the local food. Thai food, oh, it's just so nice. I love spicy food, so I think I'm gonna love Bangkok and Thailand. And then I'm going to travel around a little bit around Thailand. At the moment I'm going to be there for a month, but I may be there longer because my brother's thinking about coming up from New Zealand to spend a bit of time with me in Thailand, and it's quite cheap to live there. So I'm going to visit a few islands and wander around various cities, and then catch a train from Bangkok to Penang in Malaysia. Then I'll catch a train from Penang to Kuala Lumpur in Malaysia. I love that city. I was there in 2002. The Petronas Twin Towers. The people are so nice and friendly. It's just a lovely place to go. Then from Kuala Lumpur I'm catching a train down to Singapore, and I cannot tell you how excited I am about visiting Singapore. The city just looks absolutely fantastic with its skyscrapers and iconic looking buildings. I just can't wait to visit the city. Then from there I'm jumping on a plane to Hong Kong. I'm going to be visiting Hong Kong for about 2 weeks, and then flying over to Sydney in Australia, which is where my route has slightly changed. Originally I was going to fly directly from Hong Kong to Melbourne, but I've decided that I want to go to Sydney because I want to visit the Blue Mountains. I didn't get an opportunity to visit the Blue Mountains when I was there in 2002. I also want to walk across Sydney Harbour Bridge, and I don't mean just walking across the bridge, I mean over the top of it. It's a fantastic experience and the scenery is breathtaking, and this time I want to shoot some footage and show you guys what it's like from the top of the Sydney Harbour Bridge. How cool will that be? And then I'm catching a train from Sydney to Melbourne, spending a little bit of time in Melbourne. Never been there before, but I've heard it's a fantastic city. And then I'm flying over to Auckland in New Zealand, and I cannot wait to visit New Zealand. There's just so much going on there. Adventure sports, hiking, walking. Just can't wait. So exciting. And then from Auckland, I've got a long flight all the way to Los Angeles in the USA. I'm going to be spending some time in LA and wandering up the west coast of the US, going to San Francisco, San Diego, and then the trips of all trips, I'm travelling across the US from LA to New York City. I'm going to be visiting the Grand Canyon, Las Vegas, Yellowstone National Park, Denver, Chicago, Washington DC, then up to New York City. I'm going to be spending about a month in New York City. I'm going to be living in Brooklyn, all being well. And then after a month in New York, I'm going to be travelling up to Toronto, and I don't know where from there, to be honest. I've got a ticket to come back home again from New York, but we'll just see what happens. If I've got some money left and I'm generating some revenue from these business ideas that I've got, then that's great, and I'll continue to do my travelling for a couple of months longer, but we'll see. So there's my route around the world, and as you can imagine, it's a huge trip, and I'm doing that all by myself, but I'm taking you along with me on the journey. Thank you for watching, and I really do appreciate your support. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Bye.